Well, hello everyone, Texie88 here and welcome to another review, and now I'm taking a look at the Commodore 64 version of Spy Hunter, based on the Bally Midway arcade game of the same name. I've looked at the Spectrum and Amstrad CPC versions. It looks like this one also has the Peter Gunn theme on it. Joystick. Oh, novice, I think I'll try it. Yeah, Peter Gunn theme. Well, controls are noticeably more responsive than in the CPC version, although graphics still look pretty bland and bad. I mean, that car I'm driving still looks too much like a Volkswagen Beetle to really pass for a stylish, fictitious spy car. Oh, crikey. I mean, these graphics look much the same as on the CPC version, just... I mean, the sprites do anyway. I mean... Oh, these are the bulletproof cars. Oh dear. They may be more responsive, but they're still pretty slippery. Oh, damn it. I couldn't stop myself there. Oh, come on. Still takes a bit too long for that lorry to drop me off. Oh, great. Let's have one of my weapon-giving lorries. Come on, let me get in this. Right, what's this? Oh, come on. Can't you just drop me off like the Spectrum version does? Do you have to do all this piss-arsing around? At least the clock stopped while all that happened. Okay, so I can't use left and fire or right and fire to drop the smoke, which I've just picked up. Do I have to bridge out, detour on left, so I have to go this way and hope someone doesn't ram me up the bum? Come on. Well, it looks a bit more like a boat than it did in the Amstrad version, but it still seems to be based on much the same model. Damn it. Get him away. What? I could barely even see that. Oh, come on. Could that have taken any longer for me to appear? Oh, boy. You can barely see the things that they're dropping because they're so dark and they blend in too well with the water. What? What the hell happened there? Right, now I've got the oil slick. How do I use it? I can't seem to use the oil slick, and it's not working by pressing space like it did on the Amstrad version. Oh, why is it putting the lorries where I can't get to them? I wanted the missile for... Come on, let me in. That looks like a big penis on the top of that. I'm sorry, but it does. And now it's got me waiting around while it just piss asses around until it's been drop me off. So if you just get on with it. I wish I knew how to actually use the oil slick. What I had to do for the Amstrad version is not working here. Oh, crikey. Right. Come on. Right, let's get this smoke screen. Go on, let me in. You sod. I was trying to get into you. I mean, I know this is novice, but surely there could be a few more cards than this. What? Oh, wow. Well, that's the Commodore 64 version of Spy Hunter, and I can't say I'm that much more impressed than I was with the Amstrad version, if the truth be told. Same, the graphics are still pretty bland. I mean, look at those trees. They look really abstract. At least in the other two versions I've reviewed, they actually looked like trees. And I'm a bit annoyed that it seemed to be a real faff just to try and get the other weapons to work. In fact, I couldn't get them to work at all. Sound effects are okay, although although I'm not too sure about the quality of the Peter Gunn theme. I know it's an 8-bit machine, but I've heard better quality SIG chip music than that. I mean, that shooting sound effect's okay, but again, it's the gameplay that really lets it down. The controls of the car are still really slippery, and although it runs faster than the Amstrad version does, it's still not. It still doesn't play as slickly as the Spectrum version. When you drive into a lorry, you have to blooming wait for it to do all that. You can't just sort of drive in, get the weapon, and then be dropped off again almost instantly. It takes forever, and you have to wait for the lorry to actually come to a halt a bit further on down the road, and then gradually edge down the screen until it's in a position to drop you off. And why does those lorries sometimes appear inside the scenery where you'll lose a life if you try and get to them? And there's even so yeah. And when you're when you're the boat, there was that obstacle that I crashed into, which I just couldn't see because it was so dark that it was too hard to see against the blue of the water. I mean, I don't know whether it's something that one of the enemy boats dropped, or look at that, it's off the playing area. So no, this isn't a great port either. If you want to play out of the three versions I've reviewed, I definitely think the Spectrum version is the best and most playable of the three. This one's got some irritating glitches in it, and in all fairness, the addition of the Peter Gunn theme isn't really enough to alleviate its problems. So even though the Spectrum version doesn't have the Peter Gunn theme in it at all, I still think that as a game, that version is the most playable out of the three I've reviewed. So I'm going to give Spy Hunter for the Commodore 64 4 out of 10. I'm really not impressed with this version either. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that review. Catch you on another one soon. Texie88 out.